I initially took that approach of learning it as like a syllogism. So the whole like minor premise, like major premise, and then you have your conclusion. So I'm taking that approach, and I feel like sometimes it's taking me longer because I'm trying to find those things first, and then I realize that some questions are just like the main idea or things like that. So do you think that that's worth it? Because I know some questions do ask for like what is like supporting evidence, like a warrant and things like that, like a qualifier in that sense, in the question. So I'm like taking that like literature approach, but I don't know if it's serving me or like it's taking away time.
Good question. I mean, which question type are you talking about right now?
Like just in general, like when they ask for like just when you have if they ask like is a conclusion met, is a conclusion not met in those kinds of questions.
So are we talking like logical reasoning?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bucket it a little bit. Okay, so logical reasoning, there may be a question type asking you, what's the main point?
Hmm.
That's going to be your conclusion. It may be unstated directly, maybe a paraphrase of the conclusion.
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I don't really know what a syllogism is. I know it's a logic word, but my
Okay.
point is that like you don't need to necessarily take a very formal logic
Okay.
structural approach. I do think that a literature approach
Hmm.
could be useful, meaning if you know what a qualifier is, if you know what a subsidiary clause is,
Hmm.
that could be useful to help you drill down to the main point. So, for
Hmm.
example, information bounded between two commas typically is not core to the statement, right? Like you could chop
Yeah.
that out,
Yeah.
still flows smoothly. You're left with your typically your main subject, main verb.
Yeah.
So that certainly could be useful.
Okay.
But on the LSAT, I can't say there's always going to be like subsidiary evidence and primary evidence. I don't think that
For sure.
typically comes into play. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.